Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I like to talk about bikes. Alright, so today I am going to be teaching you how to ride a motorcycle for the first time. If you have ever been in a car, it will be quite easier for you to understand what I'm talking about, but it's more like the same. So now we are going to start with safety first. You need to be safe before you use something. Now, this is where you put the key. It's called the ignition. Then you push it down, then turn to the right. It means the bike is on. Now this switch turns off the engine if you want to turn it off. But if it's like this, it means the bike will not be able to start. As you can see, there's an X there. The bike will not be able to start, so you need to push it down here. You can actually hear the sound of the pump. Now there's a small switch down here which is a lightning sign. You push it down, then the bike will start. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off so that you can hear what I'm saying. I will use this to turn it off. I'll use the switch to turn it off. Now first, before you start a bike, like we said, safety first, you need to see if it's in neutral. This is 0. When it goes to 1, it writes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mine goes up to 6, some goes up to 5, but it's more of the same. And there's an N here, which shows that the bike is in neutral. Now, that's the first thing. Now, the second thing, you need to make sure that the bike is capable of stopping, because you need to stop. After all this, you need to stop and go home. Now, how do you know that? These are the brakes that we have here. So you need to hold the brakes, push the bike. If the bike doesn't move, it means the brakes are working, but that is not 100% guaranteed, because if the bike is moving at a higher speed, it might have more force than the one you're using to push the bike when it's just on the ground like this. All right, now the other thing that you need is this guy right here. You need a helmet. You need a good helmet that will protect your head. This one will save your life. Ask me and I'll tell you about it. Alright, so now let's go through the basics that you need to know before you get on a motorcycle. Like the things that you need to know how to operate it, like the important ones. Now the first thing is the accelerator. It's right here. This guy allows you to increase speed or reduce speed. The more you drag it down, the more the bike goes faster. Now I'm going to start, this is the right side of the bike. This is also your right side if you're sitting on the bike. So I'm going to start with everything on the right side. Now, this is the accelerator, and in front of the accelerator, these are the brakes. These are front brakes actually, but I wouldn't recommend you to use them if you're riding for the first time. If you have been on a bicycle before, you know what I mean. Alright, now, so turning the engine on, flip the switch down, then push this switch that has a lightning sign on it. Just push it down and hold it maybe for about 3 seconds. The bike will start. How to turn it off? The red switch, push it down, and the bike is off. Alright, now let's go down here. This is where your brakes are. These are the rear brakes that I would advise you to use. So you use your foot. You actually use your right foot to push them down. Let me show you. Simple. Like this. And you push them down like this. The bike will stop and it will decrease the speed. So you do it gently. You don't just do gently, and the bike will also stop gently. Like the more you press, the more they apply. Alright, now what happened to my helmet? It's alright, he's fine. That is exactly what he's supposed to do. Alright, now, sorry about that. Now let's go to the left side. This is the left side of the bike. Now, we have a bit of some switches here, but they're not really important for now. This one is actually for lights, the high beam and the low beam. Now, this one is not important. Some bikes do not have this. To get the bike into sport and touring, then these ones are hazards. Quite important and useful. If something is wrong, or you want to warn someone who's coming behind, or your bike cannot start or something like that, you just put them on to show the other person who's coming that something is wrong, so they should exercise caution. Now this one is the indicator switch. Now if you want to turn to the left, you just pull it to the left like this. Then as you can see, the indicators are already flicking. Actually, it's about 30 something degrees out here, so it might be hard for you to see the light, but I think you can. Now push it to the right, it does the same thing. There it is. All right, now how do you turn it off? You just push it in on the center, it will actually turn the indicators off. Now this one is the horn. Get out of the way, this is a psycho track. Oh, psycho track, but I'm not psycho. It's not important. Now this is the horn. Now this one is the clutch. It allows you to change the gears, and it also allows you to stop and take off. It's actually very important. Now this guy, you have to balance him with this guy. All right, the accelerator and the clutch, they work together. You have to, more like two cars passing each other, you have to let go the other whilst you're actually pressing the other, and the bike will gently take off. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, I think let's get into it.